Hello everyone, I hope you're doing well. Thank you so much for joining me for this video. I'm super excited to be talking about Archangel Raphael today. I absolutely love Archangel Raphael, and I have to say, first and foremost, that out of the four main archangels, because there's a lot of angels out there, but of the four main archangels, Archangel Michael, Uriel, Gabriel, and Raphael, Archangel Raphael has to be one of the sweetest and softest and kindest archangels, and he is an absolute pleasure to work with. And some of you may or may not know what Archangel Raphael is associated with, but he's associated with a lot of things. Archangel Raphael, whose name means God has healed or God heals, is associated with healing. So he tends to be the main angel that people call upon when they want to work with healing energy, whether to heal themselves or if you're some sort of healer, whether you're a conventional healer working as a medical professional, like as a doctor, nurse, or therapist, or whatever, anything like that. Archangel Raphael tends to support those that work in the medical field. So he helps people that are working in conventional levels of healing, but also works with healers on a spiritual level. So if you work with Reiki or some sort of theta healing or whatever kind of healing that you work with, Archangel Raphael supports that kind of work. So he's very good at supporting people as healers, but he's also amazing at supporting people that are on their healing journey. So, of course, if you're working on some sort of personal healing, he's very good at helping facilitate that process and actually nurture you through that process. What I love about Archangel Raphael too in the healing process is that he's so reassuring about the healing process, um, and he's very honest with you about your healing process too. I just want to share too something personal with me. I've had a lot of health scares over the years, but nothing that was actually worth being afraid of. So it could be a past life thing. I've always had fears of getting sick and things like that. And in more recent years, when I've called upon Archangel Raphael, he's been so reassuring, like, girl, there is nothing to worry about. Like, you really need to just relax and everything is going to be okay. And I have to say that he's always been right. He's always been correct about what he has told me when it comes to my health and everything. Um, and what I like about him is that he's such a nurturing and kind, like, support. Like, he'll nudge you in the right direction, but he's not pushy, and that's what's amazing about him. Like, in comparison with the other archangels, I'm not saying that they're pushy necessarily, but some of them are a little bit more intense. Like, if you've seen my Archangel Uriel video, which I could link to this video, if you've seen my Archangel Uriel video, you know that Archangel Uriel is no one to mess with, okay? The angels do have personalities, which I'll get into Raphael's personality a little bit more in a second. But Uriel tends to be more fiery, a little bit more intense. He's more militant. And, if you're not listening, to what he's telling you, you know, he's not the type to keep repeating himself over and over and over again. And it's not that he's trying to be mean or anything, but he's pretty strict. And when he says something, it's for your highest good. So, you know, the angels, personally, they support you. From what I feel, they support you, but they don't necessarily like coddle you and baby you, especially if you're the type where you yourself are more of like a serious person and you're kind of like straight to the point also. If they know that you can handle it, they're not going to baby you. And maybe for some personalities, because they do work with you based on your personality and how you are, maybe they will be a little bit more soft and kind. I've seen all the different angels work in a slightly different way with different people. But as a general note, Archangel Uriel tends to be a little bit more fiery. Archangel Michael is also fiery, but in a different way. He's not as staccato. Archangel Michael is a little bit more cool with his fieriness. He's chill. And he's also a wonderful healer. As some of you may or may not know, he's very good at helping to cut away negative attachments and very good at helping you to clear out fear. I mean, so many things that he's good at helping you with. Gabriel is a wonderful presence too. I haven't worked with Archangel Gabriel as much yet. I'm still working on that. So far, I love Archangel Gabriel's presence. Archangel Gabriel, for me, is a little bit more feminine. Is more of a feminine president, feminine presence, which I love. Archangel Raphael, though, is just so sweet, and when it comes to his level of healing, what I notice when I've called Archangel Raphael in, he comes in through the heart space. I always recommend people call in angels through the heart space anyway, through focusing on their heart. However, I feel like when Archangel Raphael comes in, he really comes through like a strong stirring in the heart, and he can help you to heal your heart of any sort of like trauma or any sort of like emotional burden. He's very good at doing that. So if you ever call in Archangel Raphael to help you with healing, I recommend calling in the archangels for healing before you go to sleep. Or if you're just like laying down and let's say you're an hour or two from going to bed and you're relaxed, call them in to help you with healing. They're really good at helping you to heal, especially if you're relaxed and receptive, right? So Archangel Raphael is a wonderful healer. So in the past, when I've called upon Archangel Raphael for healing, what I've noticed that when he heals, let's say at nighttime, I've woken up like so emotional. Like you can tell, like he was working on me through the night, and I'd wake up just like, oh my God, like my heart is just pouring out. But you know, it's stuff that like comes to the surface because you're healing. So it's like you release it through feeling it. So it really helps you to release any heavy energies and burdens in your heart, and also helps you to be able to listen to your heart more, because you know sometimes these traumas and things like let's say unforgiveness or any kind of burden, even if like let's say you're an empath, can kind of like make the connection with your heart kind of fuzzy. So it can be tough to discern between, let's say, the intuition coming from your heart or fear. So he's really good at helping you to listen to your heart and use your heart as your compass, which is awesome. What I want to get into is Archangel Raphael's personality, because he's absolutely amazing, so sweet, so soft, and so kind. But how he described himself to me, well, what he showed himself is being dark-haired. Okay, so he appears to me as being either like a dark brown or black hair. You know, so if I could associate him with any sort of appearance, it would be someone who is a beautiful, like mysterious looking man with long hair, long dark hair. And he describes himself to me as like if you were to compare Archangel Raphael with a person on Earth, which you can, it's not difficult because, like I said, the archangels have certain personalities. Archangel Raphael would be, let's say you're in school, you're in high school. Archangel Raphael would be the kid in school that's into science. Let's say that's in like the science lab doing different like experiments and stuff with chemicals and all that stuff. And he's somebody that's like, that would be like, let's say very quiet, reserved, doesn't really talk to anybody, and would be a little bit more of like a loner, a little bit more shy. But then if you take the time to actually get to know them, they would be an amazingly deep, how can I say this, deep, spiritual, emotional person. They would be such a beautiful, just like you would be astonished by the amount of stuff that they know, the amount of talents that they have, by the amount of depth that they have in their spiritual understanding. So, you know, Archangel Raphael would be like the kid in school that you underestimate because they're not flamboyant, they're not boisterous, they're not you know, out there with their personality, they're not super assertive. So you underestimate them. That's kind of like how Archangel Raphael is, you know, because he's soft and kind, you know, you may underestimate his power a bit. But Archangel Raphael says to me now that there's so much power in softness, and people take softness for granted. But the energy of softness And the energy of gentleness can be such a healing power, and it can actually change things for the good without you even realizing it. So there's a lot of power in being gentle, Archangel Raphael says. Another thing that Archangel Raphael has shown me through my interactions with him is that the archangels reflect us, and we reflect the archangels. So we have a tendency to view the archangels as being kind of like separate entities or separate beings, but they're actually not. The archangels specifically work hand in hand, wing in wing, with our reality, with human beings, with our world, so the archangels reflect us and we reflect them. So what Archangel Raphael has shared with me in the past is that the more a human being can come into themselves, can come into their joy, can be authentic, can be real with themselves, it actually helps them. It actually helps the angelic realm. It's like a lot of people don't understand this, but you reflect the cosmos. You reflect the archangels. You reflect these beings. So the more that people on earth can truly be real with themselves, be authentic, be peaceful, be loving with themselves and with others, it actually makes their job easier. It makes things a lot easier, and it just we're going through this kind of back and forth kind of ping pong game. Okay, so I thought that was a really beautiful thing that he shared with me. That's really cool. One thing I want to say too with Archangel Raphael is that he is absolutely wonderful at helping you, especially if you're on the ascension path. He's really good at helping you to be able to assimilate more light in your body. So this is what I've noticed, that, this is one of the reasons why he actually recommends eating well, taking care of your body, taking care of yourself, focusing on your health. This is one of the reasons why he puts so much focus on it. That's what he represents, but in working with us as human beings, there's a reason why he focuses so much on health. And he talks about health being a reflection of the spirit, and those things going back and forth. Health being a reflection of the soul and the spirit and our energy. So they're not separate from each other. So if you ever feel like you want to step things up a notch when it comes to your vibration, you can actually call upon Archangel Raphael to help you step further into the light with your vibration in your body, by asking him to help you out with that. But, you'd also want to be open to any recommendations he may be giving you. But of course, like I said, he's not pushy. He's not pushy at all. So he's wonderful with that. I want to see if there's anything else I want to share with you about Archangel Raphael. I feel like I also want to share, okay, I'll share this too. I feel like he's guiding me towards sharing certain crystals that you can work with to connect to his energy. But also, before I get into that, know that he's also good at facilitating clairvoyance, which makes a lot of sense because it's my honest belief that clairvoyance or any kind of psychic ability doesn't start in the third eye, it starts within the heart. So he's very good at facilitating and strengthening clairvoyance. He's also good with music, okay? So working with music and those that work with music. He's also good at, how can I say this? He's a good protector during travel. So if you're doing any sort of travels, he's good with that. He's good for working with, if you work with animals a lot too, or work with some sort of nature, if you do some sort of nature work, he's good with that. There's more too, I just can't remember everything, but yeah, look him up. Look him up. Archangel Raphael can be found in the book of Tobit, which is not in the regular Bible. So if you look up the book of Tobit, you'll be able to see the story of Archangel Raphael working with, was it actually Tobit? You can find the story of Archangel Raphael and some of his healing abilities in that book. So I think that's in what is called the Apocrypha, you know, so it's like the books of the books that are not in the general Bible. Yeah, so Archangel Raphael, let's see what else. He works closely with Mother Mary, so that's pretty cool. There's supposed to be twin aspects. I don't know if there's anything else. Oh, okay. So I'll just move on to the crystals now. Archangel Raphael. Uh, any kind of green stone is good for working with Archangel Raphael. So you can work with green aventurine, wonderful stone for working with Archangel Raphael. You can do green aventurine, you can do malachite, green quartz. Also, spending time in nature is very good for connecting with Archangel Raphael. Okay? I don't know if there's anything else. For now, that's it. I'll leave it at that. So, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I just wanted to come and share this experience or these experiences that I've had with Archangel Raphael in the past, and I absolutely love him. So, if you've had any experiences with Archangel Raphael, please feel free to share them down in the comments. Again, if you ever want to work with Raphael, wait until you're about to go to sleep. Call his name 3 times while focusing on your heart space, or focusing, just be focused. And call him in and ask him to help heal you, okay? Pay attention to any shifts that may happen. But thank you so much for watching this video, and I'll see you around next time. Take care.